Hello, all, and welcome back to the All Things Football podcast. So, time for us to round up what is happening across the leagues. Plus, it's FA Cup first round weekend. And it wouldn't be one of our podcasts without my strange football fact. It all started on Friday night as AFC Sudbury and Colchester got the FA Cup first round underway. Aston Villa travelled to Southampton on Friday night as well, looking to pick up some points as the pressure builds on a certain Dean Smith. The Manchester derby got Saturday's action underway. And were there any shocks to be had in the rest of Saturday's FA Cup games? We shall see. Without further ado, let's bring in Dan. And it's a happy birthday for Sunday, my friend. How are we? Have we had a good week?
I was really good up until I had a reminder that it's my birthday. Another birthday,
21
another
again?
year.
I think it's 21, isn't it?
It's always 21 again, which is always a great thing. How you doing, pal? How are you doing?
Very good, my friend. Very good. Had a good non-league outing today. So, yeah, love it.
Oh, wicked. Yeah, looking forward to hearing that a little bit later on. Yeah, in terms of bonfire night, did you celebrate that with your little one? Did you go out and see any fireworks?
Didn't go out because unfortunately we have a dog who is scared of fireworks and
no.
noise and everything.
Oh,
However, looked out the window in the bedroom. Fee loved the fireworks and the display, and that was good enough for him. But should we crack on with the Premier League?
I think we should. When we come back, it's the Premier League.
Premier League. How are we looking today, Dan?
I'm a bit bemused today.
Manchester derby. Should we start there?
I think we should. Yeah, I think we should. It's probably the talking point that everyone wants to talk about today. How did the Manchester derby finish off? Is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still in the job?
He is, as things stand. We're going to talk about sackings. There has been some sackings this evening that we've discussed before the recording. We'll go through that. However, Solskjaer is still in a job.
Still in the job. So it's acceptable to lose to Liverpool. It's acceptable
Yep.
to lose to Manchester City and then draw in Europe against Atalanta, and he's still got a job. And then unfortunately, there's people like, the ones that we'll come on to them a little bit later on. But how did in terms of the derby itself, I think it got off early doors, didn't it? I think there was an own goal. Eric Bailey got an own goal in it, and then it was pretty much wrapped up by half time, wasn't it? Bernardo Silva.
Half-time, yeah. It finished Manchester United 0, Manchester City 2. A dominant victory for Man City by all accounts. Man U, I think I read a stat, they had 4 touches in the Man City half in the whole game. That's appalling for me.
I must reiterate, I'm just looking now at the stats. Yeah, Manchester City looked like they pretty much dominated the play of game.
There's a quote from a very happy Guardiola after the game. Man U could not get the ball off us. Says it all.
I'm sitting here thinking, I've made it clear, Manchester United fans. You tell me if I'm wrong or not, but you've lost now to Liverpool at home. You've now lost to Manchester City, and some of you think it's acceptable to draw in the Champions League in the week 2-2. And I think you only find it acceptable is the fact that your maestro Cristiano Ronaldo got the equaliser. But I don't think it's good enough. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's time's up at Manchester United fans.
Yeah.
But Man United fans, let me know.
I completely agree with Dan on that. I mean, that's a 7-0 aggregate at home to your biggest rivals, to Liverpool and Man City, a 0-7 aggregate. For me, that's unacceptable.
It's not good enough. It's simply not good enough. And Pep Guardiola, if anything, that was a good win to come back after the loss to Crystal Palace in the league last week. And then Man City do what they do. They pick up a bad result, but they all seem to pick themselves up. A 4-1 victory in the week against Club Brugge in the Champions League, and then today obviously getting that victory over Manchester United. So things looking good there. Let's talk about the Friday night fixture down at St Mary's. It was Southampton 1, Aston Villa 0. The pressure is now piling on Dean Smith. I believe that's 4 losses now, or 5 particularly. I think it's 5 actually.
Let's go to the table, shall we?
In the league.
Yeah, so Aston Villa, you are in 15th place. That is 5 defeats.
It's 5 defeats on the bounce. Adie, take it away. You spoke to me quite passionately about this kind of subject. Yeah, over to you, pal.
Yeah, so Aston Villa fans, you're adamant that you're a top 6 club. You're in 15th place. Dean Smith, last season, was the Messiah. You were growing to love him. What's the thoughts now? tell us what's your thoughts on Dean Smith now? Is it time for him to go? And who realistically is going to be his successor when Newcastle, not too far off from Aston Villa, to be fair, only 5 points away in that bottom half of the table, couldn't get Unai Emery at the club. They fell out of talks with Paulo Fonseca, who Villa fans have been after as well.
Correct, yeah.
Who realistically would take over if Dean Smith was to get the job? That's my question to you, Villa fans.
I think you make a valid point, actually, and I think the point there is, I think Dean Smith will always be regarded as a legend for the club simply because he did take Villa back to the Premier League and it's his boyhood club and that sort of jazz. But the point you make about, you look at Newcastle United, Unai Emery, Fonseca, all these big names being linked, and unfortunately they're now taking on Eddie Howe, and
It's pretty much definitive now, isn't it? I think Eddie Howe is.
I think it is, and Aston Villa fans, yeah, let us know. Do you feel like you can attract that big name manager if a club like Newcastle now, who have got billions?
Unai Emery is basically saying, nope, I'm going to stay where I am at Villarreal. I'm happy there. The owners have treated me well. I'm not going anywhere. What can you do to attract a manager of that caliber to your club? It's basically the question, isn't it? Really.
Absolutely, but let's not take it away. What a valuable 3 points that is for Southampton. Southampton fans, you're on a bit of a run at the minute, which is fantastic. I'm just looking now: 1, 2, 3, 4 games unbeaten in the league, 2 wins on the bounce. You go into a massive game, especially after the result day for this club. Norwich City is next for yourself, so some really tough, good games coming. But you're getting yourself some breathing room now in the Premier League. I'm just looking now. Yeah, you're a little bit away now, which is good. But yeah, what's that? Did I just say? Yeah, 4 games unbeaten for Southampton, which is a great result. So let's talk about 2 teams that came up last season and pretty much came up last season, and rightly so, from the Championship down at the Brentford Community Stadium. It was Brentford 1, Norwich City 2. So that's 4 losses on the bounce now for Brentford, and I think maybe the honeymoon period is now definitely over for Brentford, but for Norwich, that is a fantastic result. However,
we've got the scenario's just changed, hasn't it? We've just heard the news recently. Go ahead, Dan.
So yeah, Daniel Farke has left the job. He's no longer at Norwich City. So the game had finished, a great result for Norwich City, and we've just heard the news now that he's no longer manager at Norwich City Football Club.
Yeah, according to Sky Sports News, they're saying he's been sacked. I don't know. What did you see? What the Norwich website said? Did they say sacked as well, or was it like a mutual?
I believe it might have been a mutual decision. I'll have a quick browse, but yeah. What's your thoughts?
I don't understand when clubs sack a manager after a positive result. Never have. I said it about our club West Brom last season when Bilic got sacked when we drew 0-0. Was it 0-0 with Man City away? I think it was.
Yes.
It was definitely against Man City anyway, last December. And I just don't understand the timing of a sacking. So like if the board and the ownership have got plans to sack a manager, just do it. Don't wait until after a potential positive result. Just get it done, and that's it. After a positive result, I think it's a weird time to sack a manager. What's your thoughts, Dan? I just don't get it myself.
I think you make a valid point on that side, but for me, regardless of the result today, it's probably the right decision for Norwich City.
Maybe if they'd done it before the game, possibly. I'm not sure.
Possibly,
we don't
possibly.
Know,
but you've got to think there's been a culmination of results that have come into this decision today.
Yeah.
A run of 20 successive Premier League games without a win. That's included 8 defeats this season as well. And they've spent money, and they've actually spent money over the summer as well, and things haven't materialised. Daniel Farke is definitely he's a championship manager. He's a championship manager, and he'll get a job again, without a doubt. And there's already been rumours that he's been linked with the club in the Bundesliga, so we might see him back over there at some point. Or there's plenty of jobs that are knocking around at the minute in the Championship.
Oh, he'll be high up on lists. I think,
definitely. And I don't know about you, but I'd certainly take him. Yeah, definitely at my club.
Well, let's think. He called to. What did he do at Norwich? I mean, he turned the way they approach their youth system.
Mhm.
You got a lot of their youth players playing football. He seems to be good at his man management, so why would you not take him in the Championship? It seems to be his level. He's been in the Premier League twice, hasn't he, with Norwich now,
Mhm.
and it's just not really worked out. So
That's it. But yeah,
yeah,
but Thomas
definitely.
Frank, that's four losses on the bounce now, and I think that little honeymoon period is over for Brentford. 4 losses, a 2-1 loss today, when really fans probably rocking up today thinking, you know what, we could get back on track here with 3 points. I think the good news for you is you're still outside those relegation zone, and
Definitely.
I still believe that there are worse clubs than yourself. But
I would have to agree,
this
definitely. I
Christmas
think
period is going to be interesting.
they found out now how tough the Premier League is, but they've got time to get
He's got time
themselves
to
back
change it
together.
now, hasn't he? Thomas Frank. He's got an opportunity here to really show that he is a top manager and turn things round at Brentford, and that's got to happen very, very quickly. Who have they got next in the league? Who have they got?
Brentford, let's have a look. They have got so 1-1 draw
Newcastle.
today.
Newcastle
Ooh,
away.
away. Tough
They've
game.
got some tough fixtures coming up. The
Everton at
Newcastle
home.
away, Everton, then Spurs. Some tough fixtures coming up. Yeah, we'll see how that season materialises for those two. For Norwich City, it'll be interesting to see who actually they bring in.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I've not, to be honest, it's literally just happened within the last 10-15 minutes. So I don't think there's any rumoured replacements for Farke just yet, is there? But it'd be interesting to see who comes up on their list.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with the soon appointment of
And where they are in the league, dead bottom as well. They've got a hell of a job to survive, really, realistically.
maybe it's time for Frank Lampard to show that
Mhm.
he can be a top manager. He has a tendency to think that he's turned down a number of different jobs in the
He has.
Championship, and
Yep.
go on, show us that you can be a manager.
This could be
Norwich City
Frank
is a perfect
Lampard's.
opportunity.
This would be the challenge for him, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Dead at the bottom of the Premier League. Yeah, I mean he
John
managed.
Terry.
Yeah, John Terry's. He was. I think he was up there on the list. Well, the betting list for Newcastle a few weeks back. Obviously, that's going to be Eddie Howe's job now. But yeah,
We shall see. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, there's a lot of managers' positions coming up. Newcastle, they've still got theirs. Talking to Newcastle, they've just finished at the Amex. Brighton 1, Newcastle United 1. So a good point there. While Graham Jones is still caretaker manager there. Let's talk about Brighton. Let's get the Brighton bit out of the way. So Brighton, you still remain in the top 6, still having a phenomenal season under Graham Potter. I still personally think that man should have been. Newcastle should have gone at everything to get that man.
I tell you what, I do love Graham Potter. I love his. I just love his mannerisms and everything. He's such a nice, decent, straightforward bloke. There's no messing around with him.
Completely agree.
What you see is what you get.
Fantastic manager, and I really wish when the Albion looked years ago, we looked at him and we never, and I wish we did. I really wish we did. But you look now, Tottenham, they've got Antonio Conte, and we'll come on to that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So they've got Antonio Conte, and they've got a really top manager. I was really surprised.
Tell you what, that came a bit. That was very quick, wasn't it? How
definitely, and what a fantastic appointment that has been. He's got a big job on his hands over the next 18 months, but it's Antonio Conte, isn't it?
He's a proper character. He
Graham
won't
Potter,
take any rubbish.
Graham Potter was one of the names linked with that Spurs job. But Newcastle, I just feel Newcastle, if you wanted to really show that you wanted to do something, that was the man in my eyes. I
agree.
I don't know about you, but I don't think Eddie Howe is the right man.
I mean, let's have a look at Eddie Howe.
It was too predictable.
Bournemouth. We go back to Bournemouth.
Great story. Took him from League Two.
Took him
from League Two to the Premier League. Absolutely fantastic story. But in between that, he went to Burnley, and he didn't last at Burnley because he was missing
homesickness.
Yeah,
that's it. And
he's been out the game a little bit.
Another negative, to be fair, is his last season at Bournemouth. They had one of the horrendous defensive record in the Premier League as well.
And it was a big surprise that season.
For someone like Newcastle, who've not won a game all season, pretty poor record defensively, second bottom. Yeah, I mean, stats aren't everything. Eddie Howe's got a massive job, but yeah, it's going to be.
I'm sitting here, and I'm thinking that you guys should be feeling quite underwhelmed at the moment. The names that have been linked, and yeah, you know what, Unai Emery, that I like the fact that he came out with a statement and he was honest, and he was really honest about the reason why he wanted to remain at Villarreal. And those are the types of names that you should be going for. But at the same time, I'm sat here thinking maybe Eddie Howe could be the answer, especially if you drop out. And this is where I think, actually, sitting there reflecting now, I think this is the reason why Eddie Howe might be appointed,
because of their potential relegation for like
potential
next season's
relegation,
championship build. Yeah,
and he knows what to do in the championship. But I just worry that he's going to have that thing that happened at Burnley. Look, he turned down the Celtic job for the same reason.
Yeah, and it's a distance from down south.
Do you know what I mean? And I've got nothing against Eddie Howe. He is a fantastic manager. I just worry about. I don't know. I really don't know. But good luck
End of
to
the
him.
day,
Prove me wrong, and I've said
time
this
will
every
tell.
week. I'm one of these people where I love to be proved wrong, and I really hope Eddie Howe proves me wrong, because he is a fantastic bloke, and he did a remarkable thing with Bournemouth. They were in such the mud when he took over in League Two, and he was a great player for him, a massive advocate for AFC Bournemouth. Took him from League Two.
Another positive for him as well. There is positives and negatives for a lot of managers, really. But another one is how he kept Bournemouth in the Premier League for a good few seasons.
5 seasons. Well, 5 seasons, yeah, 5 seasons.
Realistically, on paper, stats, they shouldn't have been in the Premier League.
They shouldn't have been.
So
based on that stat, ground wise and all that sort of jazz. But you know what? It shouldn't be about your ground size and things like that. And Bournemouth stayed in the Premier League for 5 seasons on merit, and it was just unfortunate the way it ended for them. But we'll see. We'll see how it gets on for Newcastle. Like I said, prove me wrong, Eddie Howe. And then we had a fixture, and I said this last week about Burnley. And I said, you know what? There's no reason why Burnley can't go to Stamford Bridge and get something. And what did they do, Adie?
What did they do? Burnley got a fantastic point at Chelsea, so it finished Chelsea 1, Burnley 1.
That's a great point. That's a point
that's a really good result.
That's a point that they wouldn't have accounted for the season. So yeah, great point.
The quote, it really doesn't matter how you get a point or whatever in the Premier League, but the quote on the BBC website says, "Burnley steal a point by pure luck." It does not matter. It does not matter how you get them, but fair play to them.
Havertz got it underway, didn't they? 33rd minute, and then Vidra in the 79th for 10 minutes to play. And you know what? Fair play to them. They grinded it out. Just looking at the stats, wow, yeah, they absolutely got battered.
Tuchel said it perfectly. His quote was, "That's why everyone loves the game. A team can steal a point if the other team forgets to score the goals they deserve."
Absolutely.
That pretty much wraps it up, really, for that game.
Yep. So yeah, Chelsea 1, Burnley 1. Fantastic point there for Burnley, and Chelsea, you still remain top of the league at the moment. And the last game, Crystal Palace 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. So Wolverhampton Wanderers
Wolves' little record, isn't it?
Yeah, the little runs come to an end. They had a good little run, actually, didn't they?
They did.
1,
was it
2,
4 unbeaten?
5 games unbeaten. Yeah, 5 games unbeaten. A good win against Everton in the week, which was good.
I tell you what, I'm going to say
scored
this
again.
now.
Gallagher scored again.
Patrick Vieira has done. I think he's done a great job at Palace, to be honest, so far.
Agreed, they're in the top 10.
Really good job. I was quite surprised he's done such a good job. I thought he might have struggled.
He's got a great squad.
Yeah.
He has assembled a really good squad, and he's managed to keep a couple of players as well, which were kind of threatening to knock on the door and leave and blah, 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 blah. But you know what? Crystal Palace fans, you're sitting 9th in the league tonight. What's to say that you can't be what Brighton are doing? Wolves, Brighton, Wolves and Crystal Palace, you could really ruffle the feathers this season, especially with the form that Manchester United are on at the minute and so forth. And I think West Ham are there based upon the last, 3 seasons now. I think West Ham, in my eyes now, they are top 4.
David Moyes has done a fantastic
and there you go. All things football podcast listeners, there's my only in my eyes for the week from me. But yeah, Crystal Palace 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. And we've got some fixtures on the Sunday. So we've got Arsenal, Watford, Everton, Tottenham, Leeds United, Leicester, and West Ham, Liverpool. Looking forward to that.
West Ham, Liverpool.
That's going to be a cracker. Has West Ham got a chance to leapfrog Liverpool? Yeah, they have.
Yes, they have.
Yeah,
if they win,
they haven't got enough goal difference.
No.
Unless they score 8 tomorrow, West Ham could go second. But they've got a chance to go above Liverpool tomorrow. That's going to be a good game. I think I'll have a bit of that on my birthday.
Definitely, got to keep an eye on that.
Fantastic. Right, let's run through the table. You know what, Adie? You can do the top 10 this week.
Let's go. So, in first place, we've got Chelsea, followed by Man City, Liverpool and West Ham. Makes the top 4 Champions League places. In 5th, it's Manchester United, followed by Brighton. They make up the Europa League places. The 7th place are Arsenal, which is the Europa League conference place, followed by Wolverhampton Wanderers, Crystal Palace, and Tottenham in your top 10.
Lovely stop. And Everton, Leicester City, Southampton, Brentford, Aston Villa, Watford, Leeds United. And then in the relegation spots, we've got Burnley and Newcastle United and Norwich City. And the great news is when we come back, it's the EFL Championship.
So, Championship, how are we looking this weekend?
Let's go for the results, and we'll pick out, I think, the results that stood out for us.
What is the standout result this weekend in the Championship, you
I'm
reckon?
just looking now. Actually, I'm just looking at some of the results the
Ooh.
wrong way around. Actually, I'm just looking now. So we had Bournemouth 4, Swansea 0. So Bournemouth back to after that shock loss in the week, actually, to Preston. So yeah, Bournemouth 4, Swansea City 0. So yeah, Scott Parker's team back on form and still remain
trouncing
top.
a very good, decent Swansea team, really, as well.
Yeah, Swansea have been under a bit of resurgence at the minute, haven't they? I think Russell Martin's got them playing a little bit of good football at the minute. They've had some fantastic results, which is always good for Swansea. I just can't take things away from Bournemouth. They are still fantastic at the minute. Dominic Solanke with 2, Jadon Anthony, and then Jadon Anthony again with another one. A couple of assists by Jamal Lowe. Yeah, cracking result again for that's. You know what? I will say that it's a great result for Bournemouth, especially 4-0.
Really is
4-0 with them. Really good stuff.
To come back and bounce back like that after a defeat as well is great in anybody's. Really good result. Fair play to them.
Definitely on that one. Let's do the really big clash actually in the bottom of the table. Barnsley and Hull. How did that get on?
Yeah, so let's have a look. Barnsley 0,
another
Hull
loss?
2. So obviously Barnsley sacked their manager last week, wasn't it? Marcus Schopp, he left.
They did, but they got a great result in the week. They beat Derby, so they actually got that. They actually won, so they broke that long beaten streak, which was good. But
then lost to Hull 2-0, so really not good for their relegation chances, really.
See, if they've got 6 points against them two teams, that would really give them a chance. There's still no manager though, is there, for Barnsley?
No, I think it's Joseph Laumann who's caretaker still, isn't he? They haven't announced anybody yet.
Yeah, I'm just looking now to see if there's any favourites for the role there. But good win that for Hull City. But Barnsley and Hull, you still remain in the relegation zone. In the Championship at this present moment in time. Just looking for Barnsley. Michael Flynn actually looking the favourite. Michael Flynn, who left Newport, so he's looking the favourite.
Move up to the Championship.
Yeah, move up to it's a big jump, ain't it, from League 2 to the Championship, but yeah, rightly so, I would say. On that one. Let's travel now to Blackburn. Fantastic win.
Bit of a Lancashire Yorkshire battle there. So yeah, it finished Blackburn 3, Sheffield United 1. Cracking result for Blackburn, must say. That is 7th place for them. Sheffield United, 18th place. It's been very stop and start recently for Sheffield United.
I'd agree.
Hit and miss. Yeah.
Great. That's great point away at Nottingham Forest in the week. Lost to Blackpool last weekend. Blackburn today. Let's do this right. Sheffield United are probably where they are because of how they started the season, but Blackpool and Blackburn are where they are, and you know what, they've lost to 2 teams that are pushing for the playoffs. So maybe today's result wasn't a surprise.
No, it wasn't a big surprise, but we discussed Sheffield United like we thought there was going to be a bit of resurgence, but slipping up again a little bit. That's 3 defeats from the last 5 games now as well.
Indeed, on that one. So Blackburn 3, Sheffield United 1. Cardiff
3 points.
3 points on the board.
Yeah, 2-1 victory at home to Huddersfield. Fantastic win.
That's your first win since the 12th of September.
Has there been any rumours replacements for Mick McCarthy?
Let's have a look. For Cardiff City,
I've not heard anything, I must say. I mean, there was the
Michael Flynn and Steve Morrison.
Really?
Michael Flynn again. He's a favourite for it as well. So
you say Steve Morrison? He's in caretaker.
He's the caretaker manager at the moment. And he's you know what, they had a great. They lost
much
in the week.
Needed win.
Yeah, but you know what? What I will say is they're scoring goals.
Yes. Since Mick McCarthy's gone, funnily enough, yeah.
Yeah, they got that 3-3 draw against Stoke, didn't they? Yeah, they lost in the week to QPR, but that's a great win today against a Huddersfield team that are pushing for the playoffs. So yeah, great result for Cardiff. Michael Flynn. Who are you going to go to, Cardiff or Barnsley? We shall find out, no doubt, hopefully this week, I'd say, with the international break coming up very soon. Yeah, a great game again at the Rico, the Coventry Building Society Arena. Coventry City and Bristol City. How did that end up?
Finished Coventry City 3, Bristol City 2.
I got a very excited pal that I used to work with text me with these words. What a something win. I won't repeat what he said. 10 men, 92nd minute winner. Fantastic. Coventry City 3, Bristol City 2. They are now
last minute winners are the best.
There's nothing better, isn't there? There's nothing better. So what's that? 8 points now off second place Fulham, 2 points off the Baggies. Another fantastic win for Coventry. What's that now? So yeah, it was a loss in the week. Swansea lost they lost to Swansea in the week. But yeah, tough games coming up actually. Got Sheffield United, Birmingham, Bournemouth, and then they've got the Baggies at home. So yeah, we'll see how Coventry's season play out. It is, and we've said it every week, haven't we? I think Coventry City, if they can keep themselves around that playoff mix, I think the fans will be more than happy with that result. As for Bristol City, you are slowly dropping down that league.
Really
two losses on the bounce.
Yeah, that's 4 defeats from 5 now as well.
Yeah, got the win against Barnsley. I was about to say, yeah, if they didn't beat Barnsley, that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would have been 6 games on the bounce losses. So yeah, that win at Barnsley definitely needed. But yeah, you're gonna have to start picking up some points because you're really being dragged back into this relegation zone here.
Really,
which is a surprise, really, because Bristol City, I'm used to them being in the top 12, really mid-table.
Yeah, well, like we talked about it over the one of the episodes past, didn't we? About when they were sort of in and around the playoff places.
Yeah,
they've just in recent years they've just dropped, haven't they? Really.
They have indeed. Yeah, they have indeed. But yeah, fantastic win for the Sky Blues. Bristol City fans, you need a victory. Where's that coming from? Is Nigel Pearson still the man to lead that charge with yourselves? Some good managers knocking around at the minute. Maybe it's time. Maybe now an appointment would be a good thing for you. Let's go down to Kenilworth Road. I love the away end at Kenilworth Road. Luton Town 0, Stoke City 1. Where does that leave Luton and Stoke in the table?
So Luton Town, you are 11th place in the Championship tonight. I think you're in a good place there, just inside the top half. Stoke City, 5th place. That's 2 wins on the bounce, a 1-0 away win. I said it last week. 1-0 away is a fantastic victory for any away side.
Definitely, and I've got a huge applaudit for a player for Stoke who's on loan from West Brom this season, Romain Sawyers. Apparently, he's had a fantastic game today. Man of the match performance from him. But yeah, I just wanted. He created the goal that happened for Jacob Brown as well. But yeah, you're right, Adie. It's a fantastic 3-0, a 1-0 victory for Stoke away from home. And Luton are kind of still around that mix. Wins, losses at the minute. That little trend. Some tough fixtures coming up for yourselves. But again, I think Luton fans will be quite happy.
Very mid-table form, like you said. But
definitely
they're a good place compared to last
season. I think Luton Town are happy enough being just in the Championship at the minute, and if they get in the playoffs, fair play to them.
Absolutely.
Any team in that sort of top 14 can get in the playoffs. Which is fantastic. So yeah, Luton Town 0, Stoke City 1. Let's go down to the New Den and a point for Wayne Rooney on the road.
Absolutely. Finished Millwall 1, Derby County 1. For Derby County, we know they're still 24th. We're not going to bang on about that. That's a draw, though, so that's a good point. That's 6 points they're on now. Millwall, you're in 9th place. I think it's been a good season for Millwall so far, to be honest.
I think so.
That's a win and a draw in the last 2 games.
Yeah, Gary Rowell's doing a really good job, especially on quite a tight budget down at Millwall.
Yeah.
But yeah, perfect result, and again another point to add to the list for Derby County, which is always good. It was a game of 2 minutes really. Everything happens between the 44th and 45th minute. That's when the 2 goals happened. So, but yeah, fantastic results there. Let's head to the City grounds.
Yeah,
Nottingham Forest. Steve Cooper's resurgence is still going.
Nottingham Forest 3, Preston North End 0. Fantastic win for Nottingham Forest. That's 3 unbeaten now. 13th place, and we have got Preston North End. You are in 17th place. That was your loss after 2 wins on the bounce as well.
I was about to say, they beat Luton Town, they beat AFC Bournemouth. Some fantastic points gained there. They've got some good. They've got some big games coming up. Cardiff and Middlesbrough coming up. So
I've got to declare something about Preston North End.
Yeah,
I
go
think
for
I
it.
mentioned it briefly last week. You're not the draw specialists anymore.
No,
You
you're
haven't
not.
drawn in over 5 games, I'm afraid. So
What's going on?
that title is definitely Derby's for me at the moment, unless any other teams can prove me
6 games
otherwise.
without a draw. What is going on?
Exactly. But
Unbelievable.
great win for Forest. Steve Cooper's done an excellent job since he's come in. He's turned the whole team around, hasn't he, really? Fair play.
He has indeed. Yeah, great stuff there. Well done to Steve Cooper. Still run mid-table, aren't they? But they're slowly creeping now.
Oh, they're creeping up, yeah.
Within touching distance now, I think, of getting in the playoffs. Yeah, they are actually touching distance now. Let's head over to Peterborough. Peterborough 0, Fulham 1, and yet again he scored.
Was it Mitrovic?
Yeah, of course it was.
Again. What's that, 19th? 19
Something
goals?
like that now.
Yeah, there was a fact. Yeah, so a 1-0 victory for Fulham. Mitrovic scored. He is currently 7 goals ahead of the second place top scorer, Ben Brereton.
I saw something ridiculous in the week.
Mental.
Someone did a stat and his name was above actual teams in the league.
That's crazy.
He scored more goals than some of the teams in the league.
It's crazy, isn't it? He's having a fantastic season, Mitrovic. I think the Championship is
I just
definitely
don't understand why he can't do it in the Premier League. I just don't get it.
with Newcastle, I think sometimes it's a weird one. When he joined Newcastle, he was very young. He was about a 22, 23-year-old, very immature. He'd get sent off for being very daft and doing stupid things, getting bookings left, right, and centre. But with Fulham, they've taken their time with him, and he's reaping the rewards. He's banging the goals in, and I think he scored a few in the Prem last season, didn't he, with them? As well?
Yeah, he would have done. Yeah, it's Mitrovic. He loves to score a goal. That's the great thing about him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 games unbeaten now. Look at the goals: 4, 5, 6, 10, 13, then 20 because he scored 7 at Blackburn in the week.
His minutes per goal ratio is 74 minutes.
It's ridiculous.
Per goal. It's crazy.
What a player! Yeah, what a player! And they've got so many winnable games coming up. A big one, Friday the 3rd of December, Fulham Bournemouth.
That's going to be a hell of a game.
They've got Barnsley next and Derby, and they've scored 7 against Blackburn, and Blackburn are pushing for the playoffs. Fulham are going to score over 100 goals this season. They're halfway there already.
I mean, if you look at their attack, even without
44 goals.
If you don't talk about Mitrovic, who they've got there, there's that winger. Is it Babe? Oh, what's his name?
Well, I think if you work it out, if you took Mitrovic out of Fulham's squad and his goals, they would be pretty much around the relegation zone.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, and they've really put in the pressure on Bournemouth now, 2 points behind, and they're 6 points clear now of West Brom in 3rd. We're gonna have to have the playoffs, ain't we, Adie? I can't. Well, we might not even reach the playoffs at this rate.
See how we go, but
let's talk about that game actually while we're here. West Bromwich Albion 1, Middlesbrough 1.
Yeah.
Neil Warnock has left.
You can tell by our the way we're speaking.
That's why I went
straight
to Neil Warnock, mate. It's just easier.
As Dan said, Warnock's gone. Is it
mutual decision?
Or is it mutual?
It's a mutual agreement. I think Neil Warnock is at an age now. Was he 73? He's done everything. He is the messiah of getting teams promoted.
8 promotions.
That's for sure. Well. Yeah, and he knows how to get teams out of this league. And you know what? I think he's now the top manager in terms of games.
Yeah, what was it? 1,603 fixtures in the top
mad.
In the EFL.
And just think, David Moyes has just got to 1,000.
Yeah, that's mental, isn't it?
So you think another 600 games, so it's years, and he's been in the game 40 years?
Oh yeah,
as a manager,
a long time.
Absolutely mental. So yeah, fantastic. Big plaudit to Neil Warnock. A fantastic career, I think, and I think
if that was his last game, happy retirement, Neil Warnock.
Definitely. Yeah, and I've got to say as well, it was. I was reading his autobiography, and it will always be that Sheffield United promotion. That will be the one that will always remain in his heart because Sheffield United are his team. But yeah, Neil Warnock. But yeah, let's talk. But a great point, I think, for Middlesbrough.
Absolutely.
And it is a bit of a tough place to come, the Hawthorns, and not many teams do come away with a result. The Albion are still unbeaten at the Hawthorns, but there's a lot of frustration. Yeah,
that was a draw after 2 defeats on the bounce as well. So a tough place to come at the Hawthorns, like you said.
There's a lot of frustration, and there's swings and roundabouts with the fans at the minute. And I'm not asking for him to go because I don't want that. I don't want that from any manager. There's always a chance for anyone, but there's got to be a plan B and a
Mhm.
C with this man, because there doesn't seem to be anything else, and
Yeah.
such sporadic decisions in terms of the team sheet and certain players being left out. Now, none of us as fans, we have the right to gain our opinions, but none of us have the qualifications to do the job. But at the same time, we're fans that have watched this club for years, and it's getting to a point now where this football it's dire.
It's getting a bit tiresome now, isn't it?
It's
In all
not
honesty.
exciting. This
No.
when I've grown up watching West Bromwich Albion being an exciting team going
Mm.
forward, creating this, creating that, and I think
Being on the front foot, sort of thing.
yeah, exactly, and that's gone. It's gone since the day Pulis took over,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
then Pardew, and then there was a little bit. There was a
Village
little bit.
tried to get it back there, didn't he?
Bilic had a bit of it, but again, unfortunately, that man didn't have any sort of plan.
Mm.
I don't know, mate. I really don't know. I don't know what your thoughts are. I honestly
Well,
think maybe if the results don't go the way the board won in the next 4 games,
yeah.
he could be gone.
I'll tell you what, looking at the record, my opinion is I fully agree with what you're saying, to be honest, Dan. I liked it when he came in and he had his set formation. He plays a 3-4-3, two wing backs in midfield sort of area, three at the back, like I said. And he has two wingers, striker, likes to play a pressing game, plays long ball majority of the time. Great start to the season. When we beat Sheffield United 4-0, phenomenal that game was. But teams have found out they've been playing very deep, defending very well, and the long ball's just not worked, really, has it? And then the midweek game just gone, he tried to play a passing game, but it was just no real attacking output.
Mm.
So,
Don't get me wrong, it was great to get the win.
yeah, oh yeah, it's great to, but it's just you want
Just a bit of excitement.
as a football fan, you want a balance, don't you?
Yeah,
You want
just
to
a bit of
win,
excitement.
but you want a performance as well, and it's
Yeah.
trying to get the right balance. It must be so tough being a manager, to be fair. But
It has to be, yeah, and we're all football fans are very football fans can be fickle as well.
oh,
Just
we can all be
yeah,
fickle, can't we?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm very much for him. I want him to succeed because he did a fantastic things at Barnsley. But I'm just feeling that with the caliber of players that we have,
Could be doing a bit more, perhaps.
but he's not being. At the end of the day, let's put it down to us, and every Albion fans will say he's not being supported. He's not being
No.
supported by the board. And my honest opinion straight away is Jordan Hugill. You're a cracking lad, mate, but I think that loan needs to end in January.
I'll be honest, I don't think Ismail chose him. I think that was just he felt he had
We
to
needed
sign
a
a
striker,
striker.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went and got him.
Mm.
But yeah, unfortunately, I think we need to send him back and have a really good look
It's
and
that
get someone
Dyke.
else in.
It's the that
Everyone wants to die. That won't happen.
yeah,
You see
probably
us
not.
spending
No.
13
He's
million.
spending money,
Not a
doesn't
chance.
he?
Not a chance. Anyway, moving on.
That's it. Swiftly on.
Another team in the West Midlands, Birmingham City 1, Reading 2. So a great result on the road there for Reading. That
Tell you
pushes you
what,
up to 16th.
Reading needed that win.
They
That was
did.
4 defeats on the bounce before today. Massively
Wow.
needed that win. Fair play to them. Reading, you're in 16th place. Birmingham City,
Tell a team
first defeat after
What
3
do you say?
wins.
Was that four losses on the
Yeah, they
bounce?
had 4 defeats on the bounce,
And
Reading.
then there was four on the bounce unbeaten for Birmingham. So yeah.
So great win for
And
Reading,
they both
but
sat there on 22 points, 15th and 16th in the league.
yeah. So there we are.
There we go. And then
They're near each other.
and then we've got the evening and kickoff played up in Blackpool. Blackpool won. Queens Park Rangers won. Both still pushing for the playoffs. Blackpool, you drop down to 10th, and Queens Park Rangers in 6th. So we've got at the minute. So we've had 4 sackings in the Championship so far this season. Marcus Shopper, Barnsley, Mick McCarthy at Cardiff, Neil Warnock now at Middlesbrough, and then Nottingham Forest with Chris Hughton. I'm just looking now. So Chris Hughton, there's a job there for him.
Mm.
There's a job
Oh,
there
in
for
the
him.
Championship, yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if Norwich were looking at someone like him.
Has he been at Norwich before?
I think he was.
I swear he has. I think he has. A few seasons ago. Before Farke, possibly.
But I think
just sorry to break this up. There is a replacement at Middlesbrough already. I completely forgot to tell everybody. Chris Wilder is the replacement for Neil Warnock at Middlesbrough. It was reported on Sky Sports that he is going to be in the hot seat. So they've not messed around. They've had it planned.
You know what? And I think Neil Warnock may have had a bit of a hand in that,
I reckon
being
so.
Sheffield United, both
Whole
Blades
Sheffield
men.
United connection.
Both
Yep.
Bladesmen. Yeah,
Yep.
both Bladesmen.
So that seems like a pretty much doesn't.
So
It makes it all
yeah,
sense, doesn't it,
we'll just
really?
put this out there just for now. We haven't had confirmation. We've only seen this through the media, but nothing as at this moment while we're recording the podcast, nothing has come out of Chris Wilder as the Middlesbrough manager. Sorry, Middlesbrough manager. So yeah, I've seen it. I'm seeing it here. Yeah.
It appears he's going to get the job. No official confirmation, but
that's what should be done. Yeah, that's what should be done.
Good appointment for Middlesbrough, I reckon.
Definitely, yeah. Or maybe that's turned Norwich City's decision. Maybe they want to try and get someone like him.
Possibly.
Interesting stuff.
Times.
We'll see how that goes. Fantastic stuff. Adie, I don't have the heart in doing the top of the championships. We're over to you, pal. Top 12.
Let's go. AFC Bournemouth, top of the league, as we know, followed by Fulham. I think that's going to be the automatic top two. I think we've both said it numerous times. In the playoffs, we've got West Bromwich Albion, Coventry City, Stoke City, and Queen's Park Rangers. Then we've got Blackburn Rovers, Huddersfield Town, Millwall, Blackpool, Luton Town, and Swansea City make the top 12.
Lovely stuff. Starting from 13th, we've got Nottingham Forest, Middlesbrough, Birmingham City, Reading, Preston North End, Sheffield United, Bristol City, Cardiff City, Peterborough United, and in the bottom three, we've got Hull City, Barnsley, and Derby County. And the great news is, when we come back, it's Adie's Strange Footballing Fact of the Week. Right, I want a great one. Adie, I want a great strange footballing fact. I want a birthday special. What have you got for me this week?
Seeing as it's FA Cup first round week, let's have an FA Cup strange footballing fact, shall we?
Go for it.
Portsmouth hold the record for the most years in possession of the FA Cup. Let me explain. So, they had it sitting in their trophy cabinet for a whopping 7 years in a row. Unfortunately for Portsmouth fans, they didn't win it 7 times back to back. They were, in fact, the last team to win the cup before World War II broke out, and the competition was postponed for 7 years. So, they had the FA Cup in their trophy cabinet for 7 years, but they weren't the holders during them 7 years. Very strange period of time, obviously with the World War and everything that went on during that time.
Definitely, yeah. Actually, yeah, good point. I wonder, has that happened maybe a couple of times because of World War One? Maybe I'm just going to have a look now. Actually,
this is a very good
point. Yeah, that is a cracking. That is a good one. Yeah, I'm just going to have a quick look now and see whether that happened with another team.
It's a good shout with World War One. Actually, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, but yeah, Portsmouth. I know Portsmouth probably did for the longest.
We all think everybody as a neutral thinks back to 2008, don't we?
Absolutely, yeah, they do.
Redknapp in charge. That was a cracking win. That.
Wait, so Portsmouth, where was that? What year did they win it in?
Well, this is the question, isn't it? Let me find out when they won it during that time.
Obviously, 1938. Here we go. 1938-39. 1938-39, and yeah.
And was it World War II until 45? Is that when it lasted till?
Yep. And then I'm just looking. Yeah, and then Sheffield United, they held it for 4 years while World War One happened. So Sheffield United won it. And then between 1915 and 1919, there was no FA Cup final. But you're right, Portsmouth 7 years, so a little bit longer. So they held it the longest without having to give it back over. And then who won it after? Derby County. So different fortune. What a great period of that was for teams winning the FA Cup.
The unlikely teams. Good to see.
Yeah, there was a fair few. Sunderland, Preston, Portsmouth, Derby, Charlton. Yeah, they all won it around that period. Fantastic stuff. And the great news is it is FA Cup first round weekend. So when we come back, we'll go through what's happened in the game so far in the FA Cup.
FA Cup first round proper is here. How are we looking? Should we go through the results?
I think so. Yeah, I think there's a lot to cover here. And it's great to have the FA Cup, and it's also great to see the BBC and ITV back in control. Yeah, it's been great watching the games, and that all started last night. Bonfire night, Isthmian League, AFC Sudbury 0, Colchester United 4 of League 2. So no shock there in the Cup. The games today, we'll do one each. Over to you, Paul.
Yeah, so we started with League 2 Scunthorpe United 0, Doncaster Rovers of League 1 1. And then we followed off with AFC Wimbledon of League 1 1, Guiseley of the Non-League North, sorry,
Yeah, National
0,
League North. Yeah.
Guiseley.
Fantastic. National League Premier side, Boreham Wood. Oh, it's a National League Premier all affair. Boreham Wood 2, Eastleigh 0. So Boreham Wood taking the form from the National League and taking it into the FA Cup. So Boreham Wood through to the second round of the FA Cup. League 2 all tie. Bradford City 1, Exeter City 1. So a replay there down at St James's Park. League
Brilliant.
2. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. League 2 Carlisle United 2, Horsham 0 of the Isthmian
League. That's the one, yeah. That's the
League.
one. Yeah.
Got it. And then we had League 1 Charlton 4, Havant and Waterlooville 0 of the Northern National League South.
You can definitely do the next one.
Yep. The National League Premier Chesterfield 3, Southend United 1 in the same league.
Fantastic stuff. So it's good to see some. We'll have a little count after, see how many non-league clubs are still in the second round after. So League 2 all affair, Crawley Town 0, Tranmere Rovers 1. First shock of the day was League 1 Crew 0, Swindon Town 3. People won't see it as a shock because Crew are not performing very well in League 1 and Swindon are flying in League 2, but they are in separate leagues, so it's a shock in my eyes. So 3-0 victory there for them. And what a game in the National League Premier all affair. FC Halifax Town 7, Maidenhead United 4.
I must admit, I saw
What a game.
BBC shared a tweet about that game when it was 6-4, and I just thought, how mental is that?
It really sounded like, I want to go through. No, I want to go through. I want to go through. No, I want to go through.
No, you have it. No,
to me, to you, kind of thing. Yeah, let's have a look. I'm just going to have a look now, just while we're on this game, because it's definitely a standout. Just going to see what the state of play was for this game in the FA Cup today. 7-4. So 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, 4-4.
Oh wow.
Or 4-3, sorry.
Oh yeah,
and then there's been so many goals, I've confused myself. But Halifax Town 7.
It was 4-3 at half time to Halifax.
Yeah.
Let's try and work this out. Second half, they got a 5th, I believe.
All the goals were scored up until the 73rd minute, and then the last 20 odd minutes were a dull affair. That could have been an amazing final 20 minutes.
Oh yeah.
But fair play, 7-4, fantastic result. I'm looking forward to actually watching the highlights. Actually, I need to pop that on record myself actually, and watch the highlights.
Are the highlights on BBC?
It'll be on both, I'd presume. Yeah, on BBC and I don't know whether the BBC will hold out until tomorrow or I don't know whether they'll actually hold out until tomorrow when all the games have been played. So yeah, that'll be a good little thing to watch maybe on Monday for that one. Where was I? All League 1 affair, Fleetwood Town 1, Burton Albion 2. A nice little replay and a shock replay actually. So National League Northside Gateshead 2, Altrincham 2. Over to you, Adie.
So League 1, all League 1 affair actually. Gillingham 1, Cheltenham 1. League 2 Harrogate 2, Wrexham of the National League Premier 1. Hartlepool of League 2 2, Wickham of League 1 1.
It's a cracking result, that is. That's
Very good result. Fair play. That's a replay there. And then we've got Hayes and Yedding 0, Sutton United 1 of League 2.
A little bit of a Southern League, Hayes and Yedding. A little bit of a derby. That they're quite. I believe they're quite close to each other.
I believe so, yeah.
Around the Heathrow kind of area, them two. But yeah, Sutton United showing a good League 2 season going through there. A little bit of a shock for me, this one. League 1, Ipswich Town 1, Oldham Athletic 1 of League 2. So replay there for that one. A second shock of the day. So we've got Swindon Town beating Crewe. Now we've got Kidderminster Harriers of the National League North beating Grimsby Town of the National League Premier. Grimsby Town having a flying season. Kidderminster getting themselves in the playoffs as well so far in the National League North. But a 1-0 victory there. National League Premier side, Kings Lynn Town 0, Walsall 1. And then we've got Leyton Orient 1, Ebbsfleet United of the National League South 0.
Then we've got League 1's Lincoln 1, Bowers and Pitsea of the Isthmian League 0. League 1 versus League 2 fixture, we had MK Dons 2, Stevenage 2. Another League 1, League 2 fixture, Morecambe 1, Newport County 0. Then we had a League 2 versus League 1 fixture. Northampton 2, Cambridge 2. Replay there, that'll be good. And then we had a thrashing, really, to be
Another
honest,
shock.
for a
Another shock.
League
Yeah.
2 team against a League 1 team. Port Vale 5, Accrington Stanley 1. Big shock result there.
Definitely, yeah. And then we go with League One Portsmouth, two-time winners of the FA Cup. Portsmouth 1, Harrow Borough of the Isthmian League 0. And then we've got Rotherham United 3 against informed Bromley of the National League Premier. So Bromley head out, but they can concentrate now in the National League Premier, looking to get themselves into the Football League. And a shock. This probably is a shock. Sunderland 0 and Mansfield Town 1. So Sunderland bow out of the FA Cup in the first round on their one. What are the results of the day, this one? Wigan Athletic 0, Solihull Moors 0. And that's my pick for one of the TV replays. Yeah. What a cracking result that is. Yate Town 0, Yeovil Town 5. Did you know that's the first time in the 150 years of the FA Cup that two teams beginning with the letter Y have met each other in the FA Cup?
Okay.
What makes it even more bizarre is
Town on the end as well.
No, they're both YTFC as well.
Ah, okay.
There you go. There's Dan's strange
YTFC
of the week. I'll let you do the last two, pal.
Yeah. So in the National League North, we had York City 0, Buxton of the Northern Premier League 1. A bit of a shock there, to be honest.
Definitely a shock. People might not see it that way, will they? Because they just see two non-league teams. But yeah, that's a massive shock. Buxton 1, York City 0, and then one of the lowest ranked teams actually. This last one, pal.
So we had is it the Southern
Premier League? Yeah, Southern League Premier. Yeah.
Banbury United 0, Barrow of League 2 4. So unfortunate end for Banbury United, but it's great for non-league clubs if they can get to the first round proper. To be fair,
in fact, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Just to get to this point is a really good thing, and to say that they've been on the telly as well. So yeah, I watched a little bit of that game earlier. Really good game. Barrow were very strong, really showing that difference in the league positions there. So yeah, on there we've still got some games coming. Salford City fans, you can rejoice. You don't get a battering from me this week. You play on Monday night when you play Dagenham and Redbridge, but there is a potential shock there. No doubt I will talk about that next week when
Dagenham and Redbridge in that game. Good luck.
But on Sunday we've got Sheffield Wednesday versus Plymouth Argyle, Oxford United versus Bristol Rovers, a massive game in Lancashire. It's going to be a packed away end when Stockport travel to Bolton Wanderers. Over to you, pal, for the last three.
Yeah, so we've got League 2 Rochdale versus non-league Notts County, the National League. We've got...
This is my fault, my bad preparation. Stratford Town, yeah. So they're of the Southern League Premier, so they're in the Neatons League.
Southern League Premier versus Shrewsbury Town of League 1.
So I'll tell you that one. That'll be a good one.
That was going to be great for Stratford Town. Fair play.
And then they are National League South.
Okay.
St Albans.
National League South, St Albans City versus the high-flying Forest Green Rovers of League 2.
So that's some really good fixtures. I think the draw's on Monday for the second round. Just looking now, so we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shocks. 5 shocks, plenty of replays. I think there's 3 games there that stood out for me. Definitely Buxton. That's a great thing.
Massive shout out to Buxton.
Second. Yeah, definitely going into the second round there. Performance of the day has to be for me Solihull Moors and maybe Mansfield Town actually. Solihull Moors and Mansfield Town.
Yeah.
Mansfield knocking out Sunderland and then Solihull grabbing a 0-0 draw against Wigan.
Brilliant.
And that's a good thing. And yeah, you're right. You mentioned it. Port Vale 5, Accrington 1. That wasn't just a shock. That was we're going through and we don't care that we're League 2.
We're just going to smash you to bits, really.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. So that's the FA Cup. We've got there are obviously those games coming up, and the draw will take place on Monday, either before or after the Dagenham and Redbridge Salford City game. However, non-league fans, don't worry. There has been some other games, so there was no fixtures in the National League Premier, but Boreham would still lead the way on there. But we have had some fixtures in the National League North. So AFC, actually, Adie, I'll do the results. You do the table for the thing. So Curzon Ashton 2, AFC Fylde 1, Farnsley Celtic 0, Brackley Town 0, Hereford 1, Chorley 0, Chester 4, Boston United 0, and Spennymoor Town 0, Alfreton 2. So who are the top 7 teams in the National League North?
Top 7 in the National League North table. So AFC Fylde are still top of the league, followed by Brackley Town, Chorley, Boston United, Alfreton Town, Curzon Ashton, and Spennymoor Town makes your top 7.
Lovely stuff. Over to the National League South. So there was 3 results. Adie, over to you.
So for the results in the National League South, we had Dartford 3, Chippenham 3, Hemel Hempstead 2, Dorking Wanderers 2, and Billericay 1, Hungerford Town 4.
Fantastic. There were other fixtures, obviously, in the league, but if you're an avid listener to the All Things Football podcast, we only cover the top 7 teams in the top leagues of the National League size. But in the table, Dartford still lead the way. St Albans City and Dorking Wanderers. Then you've got Oxford City, Hungerford Town, Ebbsfleet United, and Dulwich Hamlet. Maidstone, you have dropped out of the playoffs. What is going on there? Let's head over to our local side. And you mentioned earlier on, pal, you headed off to, if anything, it was quite a special day, wasn't it, down at Worcester City today?
It was a bit of a special day at Claines Lane today, yeah. So obviously my local team's Worcester City. I've mentioned it several times on the podcast. I actually attended the game today. We played Bewdley Town, bit of a local rivalry, and it was a 6-0 victory at home on what was classed as a clubs and owners day. So Worcester City are basically fan-owned. They are going to be following the 50+1 setup, like the German Bundesliga with their sort of fan ownership, which is a great idea. So I'll definitely be putting in towards that. And great win, 6-0 victory. The new striker that we signed, I think it was Fuller, his surname. He scored 7 goals in 2 games. It's just bonkers.
That's great stuff.
Scored a hat-trick on his debut the day he signed.
Big turnaround.
Fantastic.
Good result as well. What was the score again? 6-0?
6-0 against Bewdley, local rivals.
Sitting in 3rd position, which is always good as well. It's only really you've got. The teams above you've got Hanley Town and Lichfield City. They've got 2 games in hand over you. But yeah, what a fantastic season! Yeah, really great season for Worcester City, and it's great that the fact that we mention our local teams because we do have an avid. I would say that we're not just a fan of them. I'd say we follow them in there.
Well, the thing is, we want them to survive and succeed.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we've got a big passion for non-league football. Talking of those, in the Southern League Premier today in the Central Division, the Neaton Borough 1, Bromsgrove Sporting 1. So the Neaton Borough will still remain in the bottom 3 of the table. However, the last couple of games have really helped, if I'm honest with you. And the Neaton are now 4 games unbeaten in the league, which is great. Tricky fixture actually on Monday. Back-to-back games. Stourbridge.
Oh, we're playing on Monday?
Yeah, Stourbridge on Monday night.
Only a couple of days to rest.
That's it, yeah. Stourbridge on Monday night, and then I believe it's the FA Trophy next week. So you're going to hear some FA Trophy from me next week, and there are a load of fixtures from the FA Trophy. So they need to travel to Radcliffe in the FA Trophy. So that's next week on that one. Fantastic stuff. And when we come back, it's just a little bit of a reminder of what's happened around Europe, more so probably Dortmund and Schalke, and then we'll end the show.
So, should we start with Germany?
I think we should.
We'll go with Germany. So, Dortmund, unfortunately, had a 2-1 defeat to Leipzig today in the Bundesliga.
2 losses on the bounce, ain't it, for Dortmund? They lost against Ajax in the league as well. In the Champions League, didn't you?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, massive. Oh, it was a big defeat to Ajax in the week. Yeah.
Still second in the league though.
Yep, still
4
second.
points though. What's that? 4 points now behind Bayern.
Mm-hmm.
Normal proceedings.
It looks like service is just going as normal in the Bundesliga.
It's a shame, really, because Freiburg lost their first game of the season today, and it was to Bayern.
I was going to say we touched on Freiburg last week, didn't we? How well they've done, and they've unfortunately picked up their first loss.
Yeah. Oh bloody hell! Look at Bayern Munich, 40 goals as well.
Oh, that's
11 games though. 11 games, 40 goals.
It's got to be Lewandowski the majority, I'd say.
Jesus, didn't realise they were. We know obviously. Oh yeah, look at some of their results. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense on there. I don't really have much to say about Schalke because Schalke play on Sunday before we've
who they got this. Tomorrow?
We are playing Darmstadt tomorrow. Okay. Quite a top of the table clash today. So Schalke have dropped down to 4th because of the games today. St. Pauli, Jarms, Regenberg, and Paderborn make up the top three. But Darmstadt are in sixth, so Darmstadt have actually got a chance to overtake Schalke tomorrow. Good head-to-head record. Schalke on coming off the bounce of 2 losses actually, so a win is very much needed. And then a little bit of a break actually. There's no game for about 2 weeks for Schalke.
It's international break coming up.
International break, yeah. So and no doubt the All Things Football podcast, we will be here, but it will be non-league and League One, League Two focus, as it was previously. But yeah, there's nothing really much more to say on there. Let's just quickly round up like we did last week. So who's leading the way still in the SBL? Is it still Rangers, Hearts, maybe?
Let's have a look at the SPL. Yeah, Rangers still leading the way.
So Rangers still leading the way on there. Just again I think I did it a couple of weeks ago, just for the benefit of my lovely wife. Ayr United in the Championship. Ayr United 2, Inverness Caledonian Thistle 2. That's a really good result. Ayr United. That was definitely, some points were definitely needed on there. That leaves Ayr in 6th in the league. Let's head over to Serie A. Juventus won tonight.
Serie A. Let's have a looky here.
And Juventus, I'm just going to say this. Juventus, that's the only mention you're getting because you are not anywhere near. But who leads the way? That's all we matter.
Let's have a look.
Now.
So, Napoli still lead the way. Unbeaten all season. I'll tell you what, them and AC Milan are both unbeaten.
I was about to say,
31 points.
There's only 5 goals between the two of them. But they are both, they're
running away at the moment.
7 points clear.
Yep, of Inter, yeah. So it's Napoli in first place, AC Milan, both joint, really, top of the league. Inter Milan and Atalanta make the top 4. Roma appear to be in the Europa League place. Lazio, their massive rivals, in 6th. And then Fiorentina in 7th. That club from Turin, you're not having a mention, I'm afraid. That's it.
Fantastic. I'll go over La Liga. So La Liga currently is half-time at the Bernabeu. It's Real Madrid 2, Real Vallecano 2. So that means currently Real Madrid lead the way in La Liga. And then you've got Real Sociedad, Sevilla, Atletico Madrid in 4th, Real Betis and Real Vallecano in 6th. And the team that have just had their new manager, Xavi. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say anymore.
Well, yeah, obviously that's all we're going to say. Xavi has officially been appointed now, hasn't he?
He has indeed.
Manager, but we're not going to tell you where you are on the table. We're not bothered. You're not in the top 7. So,
You've got to be worthy. These big clubs, they've got to be worthy. Juventus and Barcelona, we are talking about you. Fantastic. And then just to round up in Liga 1 in France, there's no difference.
PSG are top.
PSG are top. That's it.
That's a given.
Fantastic.
Yeah, there we are.
Another episode out of the way. A big thank you from me to the listeners. Yeah, the listens are getting really good. Really good. Adie will go through his normal spiel in a moment about where you can access us and things like that. But yeah, a massive thank you from me. It's been a weird day for football. I think some of the results have been great. I think from a supporter point of view from us, I think we're a bit downbeat at the minute with performance. I don't think it's results. I think it's more performance and what's happening on the pitch more than anything else. But hopefully that changes. I just worry. I think I worry more, Adie, because we don't do well in the playoffs. No. And at the minute, I don't even feel like we'll make the playoffs.
We don't have a good record
more than anything else. But yeah, some really good things. Manchester City winning the derby. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still in charge. There's plenty for us to say. But thanks very much. And again, thank you for the birthday wishes. I will have a great day, no doubt. Watching FA Cup football, that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. Oh, and West Ham, Liverpool, don't forget that one as well. But thank you very much. Adie, over to you. See you later, guys.
Cool. So, thank you, Dan. And obviously, happy birthday for Dan tomorrow. If you want to throw your messages in there, please do so. So I'll start with Facebook. So if you want to find us on there, it's facebook.com/All Things Football Podcast. On Twitter, we are twitter.com/ATF on Anchor. And on YouTube, I don't believe we've got the URL sorted yet, but if you look up All Things Football Podcast, you will find us on YouTube. And as ever, it's thank you from me as well. Have a great week, guys. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.